There's a story in Matthew chapter 18 of a king who has a couple servants. One of the servants owes the king so much money that there's no way that he could ever pay it back. Literally, he's going to go and kind of sort of have this work release program where he literally works every day for the rest of his life to attempt to get out of debt, and he will never do it. And what does he do? He goes to the king. He begs for mercy. He says, come on, king, have mercy on me. There's no way I'll ever be able to pay it. I need your help. I need your grace. You know what the king does? He has mercy. The king chooses to say, okay, listen, I'm going to cancel your debt and I'm going to show grace towards you. Well, here's the deal. That same individual then goes out, and he'd just been forgiven an amount of debt that he would never be able to pay back in a lifetime. And it was massive. And here he is then, he's free to go. He'd been shown grace, his debt was canceled. Now he goes out and he finds somebody else in his world that owes him a bit of money, and it's small in comparison, like massively small. And that friend of his kind of drops to his knees, begs for grace, begs for mercy on paying it back. And instead of saying, you know what, I was shown grace, I'm going to show grace, he just decides, nope. He throws him in prison until he pays off his debt. Well, as you can imagine, the king ends up finding out about this. In Matthew chapter 18, verse 32, it says this. He says, I canceled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you? And man, I'm telling you what, this is such a good challenge for every single one of us, because here you find that this person who had been canceled all their debt, and that's what happened when Jesus died on the cross for you and me, and we put our faith in him, all of our debt, all of the debt of our sin, the sin that we could never have paid back, not in a million lifetimes, was completely wiped away, completely canceled. So now Jesus calls upon you and me to live with that same kind of love, to make the same kind of decision, to now, instead of holding grudges, holding things against everybody, being mad, living in an agitated state in different reasons and different situations, holding grudge towards people we know or even people we don't know, living in that kind of way is living as if we've forgotten what Jesus did in my life. Yes, that thing that somebody did to me, maybe it frustrated me, hurt me, annoyed me, all kinds of things that have happened in my life by different people over the years. But I have been forgiven so much that there's nothing that anyone could do in this lifetime that would be greater than the debt that I owed because of my sin towards God. And if Jesus forgave everything for me, now I'm going to turn around and do the same and choose to forgive. Now, is that easy? No. Is that always easy to forgive and to show grace? No, it can be tough. It can be a process. It can be a daily decision to keep having to forgive. But I want to encourage you, forgive. Forgive, because actually unforgiveness is a poison to your literal physical and mental state. It literally will destroy your life. So I want you to forgive because of that, but also forgive because you've been forgiven. Anytime you feel like holding a grudge, or man, you don't know what they did to me, or any of that kind of stuff, they cheated me, they wronged me, they did whatever. Anytime you do that, you've actually forgotten how much you and me have been forgiven. And we can't lose sight of this. The grace of God has been shown to us in such a massive way. So forgive. Maybe even right now, you got one, maybe a few names in your mind of people that you're holding some stuff against them. You're holding things in your heart still. Some bitterness is starting to build up. Maybe you even got that resentment. Maybe you moved to a place where you're angry about it. You know what? You don't have to live with that anymore. Forgive. Choose to forgive today. And you know what? You're going to wake up tomorrow. Guess what? You might have to choose to forgive again tomorrow. And it's going to be a process, and it's going to be a journey, and it's going to be something that you're going to walk out. But I want to encourage you, keep forgiving, keep releasing that grace, keep releasing that forgiveness that was showed to you.